Welcome back to 1 Million Pumpkins Ranch for more public displays of homesteading. And I'm trying out this tripod for the first time, so let's see how it works. I'm going to put on my gloves here, and I'm going to clean out this here furrow, and then prep it with the Pickmatic, and shape the furrow with my hands, and then go ahead and plant some more seeds. So I get down for a couple reasons. Um, One, my back tends to hurt, my lower back hurts. So it's actually easier for me to be down low to the ground rather than stooping. Another reason is I could just rake this, but I'm actually trying to see how the soil is and what kind of life is going on down there. I've left okra roots in over winter and allowed grass and weeds to be a cover crop. And I gave this a good water last night. And now I'm cutting away any overhanging or tall plants. And then I will actually go ahead and till this with the Pickmatic to probably 6-inch depth. Some things like grasses I am removing from the get-go, and then they will be used as mulch, put right back in. If there's tall stuff on the living pathway or along the edge, I go ahead and trim that and mulch it in. And you can see for most rows, I don't remove the native shrubs. Those, I think, make a valuable perennial component. Okay, so that's that row cleared. Now it's time to hit it with the mattock. And the dirt is super soft. It's damp. It's developing some nice aggregation. And that's when the soil life creates humic acid and hydrogel, not hydrogel, but I don't know what it's called. It's that third state of water, fourth state of water. Anyways, it kind of creates lumps and holds the crumbs together, keeps it moist so that life can transfer. Here's a big sorghum root ball. Let's break that up. Woo! Okay, so that's the first pass. Time for second pass. Whew. Okay, now that that's been first broken open and then second chopped up and smooth, now I'm going to be down on the floor again, and I like to shape the furrows so the side walls are firm. There's a seed bed down the center. I'm going to start down here. So what this does is it firms up the walls of the furrow for flood irrigation with the gravity-fed hose from the IBC tote. And it has kind of a clear, soft, living soil mound for the seed bed down the center. That enables me to really direct the water exactly where I want it. Because I'm already using plenty out here. Don't want to exceed what we can do. So that seedbed is ready. I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to go ahead and sow that, and I'll show you after that happens. So here's how that looks. Rich and dark with plenty of organic material. And that new furrow is the fourth and last of the sweet corn and pole beans. So these have been planted in a staggered succession. These ones here are just now germinating. So this first row is a short row, and the block of corn and pole beans ends on that short row. But on the long rows, I was able to plant beets, more squashes and flowers, and other vegetables. So that's what this one's going to be like as well. I like to plant things like Swiss chard between taller, longer growing things like tomatoes. Some courgettes, some beets. I think these are either cantaloupes or maybe cucumbers. Whole row of tomatoes. These tomatoes have herbs in between. Thai basil's coming up. Flowers like zinnias. Herbs like cilantro and borage. More Thai basil. And of course, sweet basil, the perfect companion plant with tomato. All in all, I'm just so pleased with how the rows of this yard garden are performing as summer gets underway. Spinaches, onions, radishes, garlics, wildflowers, medicinals. It's all here. Matt's waffle garden is really showing off. Tomatillo pits are doing great, especially this one. The onions are starting to mature. We'll be picking those in July, I expect. But these red ones are starting to bulb up. You can see around that tumbleweed. View from the back corner. Greener than ever. Lovely salad. Beautiful onions. I chopped and dropped. We've harvested kale. We've got awesome sage plants, this borage, pretty little wild morning glories, delicious celery. The whole garden is just flourishing. Even the new raspberry plants are taking hold. I had little hope for these tomatillos and herbs, but wow, they're doing great. Nursery peppers amongst the morning glories and wild zinnias, prostrate, rosemary, volunteer sunflower, red bell peppers, and our one and only artichoke. Here in the chevron, the peanuts are coming up. My first time ever growing peanuts, and for some reason the okra is not coming up. I don't know if the seed I saved was no good. It should have come up by now, I would have thought. No sign of it. I chopped and dropped this row and the inside of this row, but I still need to do this one. It grows so fast. This elm tree is really going to be a treat when it gets to be a shade tree. I still have plans to put melons and pumpkins on this bean pile, guarded over by 2 salt bushes. We've got the staminate That's going to be making pollen. And we've got the pistillate. Those will be making the four-winged fruits and seeds. This year I will definitely be collecting wild marigold seeds. Look how awesome they're doing, and they're covered with small types of pollinators, and next to them are the fennels, and those have hoverflies, which are an awesome predator. Pretty fun. Well, I'm going to get underway planting these seeds. I don't think you need to sit and watch that. This video is getting long. At the end of the block, there'll be native cantaloupe, watermelon, and Armenian cucumbers. And sprinkled at the ends and in between will be flowers and beets. Thanks so much for joining me on the homestead as I plant out for summer 2025. I hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers and blessings.